Welcome to your daily 49ers update. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Here is what's happening. The Niners were off yesterday, so nobody met the media, but Sports Illustrated insider Albert Breer did weigh in on the future of Brock Purdy with the San Francisco 49ers. Breer wrote, quote, "How will the Niners approach negotiations with how this year has gone? If they want to take a hard line, and they could use the availability of guys such as Sam Darnold and maybe even Kirk Cousins if the Atlanta Falcons have an appetite for trading him as leverage this offseason. In the end, I think Purdy gets a big long-term extension from the Niners. How they get there is what I'm less sure of." We have seen what happens when the 49ers do play hardball in contract negotiations, and frankly, it's never good for the team. They end up paying the player anyway. It leads to a long holdout, and it hurts the team on the field. So whatever the 49ers decide to do with Brock Purdy, pay him, not pay him, trade him, whatever it is, they need to draw a line in the sand and have a hard deadline because you cannot have uncertainty again, particularly at the quarterback position. Now, speaking of that position, Brian Baldinger was a guest on 95.7 The Game, and he had some not nice things to say about Brock Purdy.
They're not getting any big plays, and that's kind of falls on the quarterback right now. So that's where they're struggling right now. And the finished drives, the turnovers are killing him. He's not making plays beyond the X's and O's like we are used to seeing on the movement type plays when the play breaks down and he can, scramble and find Kittle that goes, for 50. Like those type of plays aren't really happening right now. So I can't say there's just one thing. I think he still sees the field very well. I think he's still accurate with the football. All the stats say that he is, and they're still getting some chunk plays, but, they're not putting drives together. They're putting themselves in bad predicaments, and it's tough to they're not good enough to overcome it right now.
Purdy is on pace to throw for just 19 touchdowns and 12 interceptions this season. Certainly not what we were expecting coming into 2024. One of the things we thought would help Brock this year is first-round draft pick Ricky Pearsall. Now, of course, we all know what happened with him before the season, but he has been on the field recently, and unfortunately, according to Brian Baldinger, it's been hard to notice.
You don't even notice him. You don't even know he's on the field.
Wow.
That's how invisible he is. I'm thinking, well, where is he? All right, I see Juwan out there slipping and sliding. I see George doing what he's doing. Where's the ball even going? Obviously, it's not going to Pearsall. I talked to him on the field before the game in Green Bay. He said he's here to beat man coverage. I haven't seen him get open. I haven't seen him even look at him where he's even being featured in any way right now.
Ricky has just 18 targets in his 6 games played this season, including just 3 in his last 3 games combined. Now, maybe because the playoffs are basically an afterthought at this point, Kyle can dial up some things for him and really feature him down the stretch this season. And hell, why not Jacob Cowing too, right? Let's see what the young kids have, and hopefully the 49ers make that change the rest of the way. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Wednesday. If you want a little positivity, a reason not to fire Kyle Shanahan, Tim Kawakami actually has 6 of them in his latest column for the San Francisco Standard. If you want to read it, I'll drop the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch. We got some good guests coming to the Gold Standard Network soon. Oscar Aparicio of the Better Rivals podcast is going to join me later today to examine some of the narratives about Kyle Shanahan. Nobody is more level-headed and measured than Oscar, so I wanted his perspective on what people are saying about Kyle Shanahan. And as the Niners head into the game against the Bears this week, I'll talk to maybe the most famous Bears fan right now. Barstool Big Cat's going to join me to break down the matchup, and Caleb Williams and the aftermath of the Matt Eberflus firing as well. So that'll be coming later this week. One thing you may have missed, we told you the Niners were going to have to add running backs because of all the injuries, and they have done so. Yesterday, they claimed Israel Abanikanda off waivers from the New York Jets. He was a 5th-round draft pick of the Jets in 2023. He has been inactive for each of New York's 12 games this season. Also, welcome back Ronnie Bell. He's on the practice squad, as well as running back Keshawn Vaughn. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network wherever you get your audio pods. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Click the bell to get all notifications on when we're live, which is every weekday after every Niners game and after all breaking news. We are so close to 20,000 subscribers. Please subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. We're going to do a big giveaway of homage 49ers gear when we hit that number because we're so thankful for your support. Please and thank you. Enjoy your Wednesday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.